We are live. Hello, everybody. We got an exciting little stream for you today. Let me, super fast. I gotta send this thing out to Discord. What am I doing? We are live now. Go watch. Please go. Add everyone. There we go. That'll rally the troops. I do have to check though. My chat also isn't working again. God damn it. Let me do that. What's going on, GT? Happy Sunday to you as well. 1 second. All streams now always have to start with some weird housekeeping thing on OBS's side. I do apologize about that. Chat box. There we go. Did you see that game Frag Punk that was announced? No, I don't know what that is. I was only like half paying attention to the Microsoft press conference. So if it was there, I probably missed it. 400 by 600. Okay, there we go. Whoopsie. There we go. We got chat coming on in. Fix that shit again. Welcome, welcome. I'm chilling. Got finished watching very good marketing content. Man, we're eating good right now. This is great. Card-based first-person shooter. Oh, I think I heard about that. I don't think I definitely didn't see it and knew about it. Classic Prestige was more than enough to make me excited for BO6. Dude, I'm glad that we got that nugget at least. There were a lot of stuff. I was hoping that we would get more multiplayer news. Which of course we didn't. Which I see now is, you know, we shouldn't have expected anything more. Shit, I keep breaking my own layout now. Whatever. Nope, there we go. I fixed it. I gotta lock that. Cool. Customizable HUD hype. Hell yeah, man. The second I heard customizable HUD, I immediately thought of zombies only, because correct me if I'm wrong. I'll try to theater mode too, man. There's so much good shit in there. I want to talk about it all, but just touching on zombies, because in my head there's like 3 things that zombies players want out of round-based zombies that we didn't get in Cold War. One was set crews. One was a HUD that wasn't fucking awful, and 3 would be atmosphere. And I feel like all 3 were confirmed in that short little like 90 seconds or whatever they used to cover it, you know? They confirmed 2 maps at launch, which I think is the perfect amount. It's not so much that like BO4 you kind of get just like, you lose that focus. And that also leaves a lot of room. I hope that they'll have 1 per season for the rest of the game, so that we end up with 8 by the end. We'll see how much that is, but 2 I think is the perfect amount of zombies, and the maps looked, or the 1 map I think that they showed looked phenomenal. I don't think they showed the second one, although they named it in a tweet later. What's going on, Gordon Rokos, Jaren? Oh, I didn't even say hello to everybody. Hey, what's going on? Oh, hey, Donuts, of course. GT. I don't think I missed anyone. It didn't directly confirm HUD customization for zombies or even the prestige system, but I'm hopeful. It's tough to be hopeful because I feel like I get bit every time that I am hopeful that like something like that would work. Maybe we'll go to that part later and we'll see what the exact verbiage was, but I thought they even said like, and all of that, like when they mentioned the omnidirectional bit during the zombies coverage, I think they mentioned like, and of course all of those quality of life changes or all of those global changes or something like that would carry over to zombies. I don't know why they wouldn't carry it over to zombies. I would hope that would be something, but also it's fucking Call of Duty. You can't assume anything, I guess. Hey, what's going on, Dave? I was just talking to you. Feels like they put a lot of care into this game, which is positive. Yeah, they let me see if I can just find some like gameplay here. First of all, you me mix this quick. All right. I'll mute it anyway, though. The animations look solid. The guns look solid. I mean, you can tell like it is on the new COD engine. To me, it reminds me so much of 2019, just in terms of like how it looks, like the polish that has gone into it. You know what I mean? I mean, it looks fucking gorgeous. You know, is this in 4K right now? It's in 1080. Let me actually, this one doesn't go up to. Oh, interesting. I was able to stream it in 4K. Maybe that was on the Xbox One. I guess it doesn't really matter. This is gonna be. I mean, I'm only streaming in 1080 anyway. Yeah, I don't see why not either. Right? Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. There's so much to talk about. I don't know where to start. First of all, release date, which I don't know. I couldn't find the release date anywhere on like the actual trailer or their Twitter page for the longest time. It seems like at the end they finally announced the 25th of October. So end of October. Charlie Intel tweeted out, I think just before. I have Treyarch open twice. I don't have Charlie Intel. RIP. There we go. I think Charlie Intel tweeted out that on the PlayStation Store, it listed the 17th, which would be a week before, which kind of backdoor confirms that we'll be getting the campaign a week early, assuming that that's how PlayStation's database like grabbed that date. You know what I mean? So obviously we don't know, but I would bet pretty good money that for the third year in a row we'll get early campaign, which is fucking phenomenal. A lot of what they showed today was, I think they even said, they were like, this is going to be mostly campaign and global things. So like animations and the new omnidirectional movement and stuff like that. Did they say how many gigs it would be? I mean, they're still working on the game. I don't think they even know. I've been curious to see how Black Ops look would come across the new engine, how visually bold it would get. Honestly, I think it's a good, I think it's a good mix. Like, I think they even describe it during the art segment here. They describe it as hyper-realism or something like that, which I think is a good way of describing it. Oh, these subtitles are burned in. Interesting. Gosh. Again, I don't even know where to start. So, they covered mostly campaign stuff. Should I just talk about the campaign stuff first? What do you guys want to talk about, I guess? I'll start there. Make it candy for HDR monitors. Yeah, I mean, COD in general has looked phenomenal for a while. Oh, I skipped so far ahead that it's still... They didn't trim that shit part. So, from what I understand about the story... how's about I start there? From what I understand about the story, this takes place, obviously, I want to say it's like 5 years after Mason dies and Woods is put in a wheelchair. And also Hudson dies. Everybody forgets about fucking Hudson, but he dies. Right, so directly after the Menendez like saga, or at least the past one of it, and now Woods is still working for the CIA, but he's in, obviously he's not in the field anymore. He's more of like behind the desk, over the radio, I think is even what they say. And I guess for him, his arc is supposed to be more about learning that now he's this guy behind the desk. I don't know. Aside from him, the rest of the cast is completely new. Besides Adler, I should say. So Adler is returning. Obviously, he was in one other game. But as far as like the old Black Ops crew, Hudson, of course, I said is dead. Mason dies in quotes. From what it sounds like, I'm sorry to keep like pausing this. Oh shoot, I think it was Modern Warzone who tweeted this out. This is the HUD, by the way. One second. Let me find the tweet. They didn't confirm it for everyone, but it seems like some creators were flown out to play the game, and while they're not allowed to share, or at least according to Modern Warzone, they aren't allowed to share like what they actually thought of the game yet. They were told some additional info, including how perks work in the multiplayer. and one, actually two bits of info on the story. Let me see if I can find exactly it. Yeah. Both Alex Mason and Jason Hudson are confirmed to be dead in Black Ops 2 canon. I asked about the future missions, but got told that whatever else from Black Ops 2 that remains canon will be determined later. Source Treyarch devs themselves. So they confirmed that they're dead. I thought I saw a tweet somewhere also that said it was just cleaner this way. I don't know if that's an actual quote or if someone just said it. It makes sense that it's cleaner that way. I'm of two minds about it. One, I would love for Mason to be alive because I just want answers to what where the fuck he was. If they were going in that direction. But also, like, for me, the reason that I disliked Cold War was because they included Hudson, Mason, and Woods, but didn't like do anything with them. So in a way, I'm almost glad that these two are gone now, and it's just Woods who's like somehow involved in the story, and there's no expectation that it's going to be like directly connected to BO2 or Menendez or like any of this shit. It's just more accepted that, hey, this is a completely new story, and we can start over fresh. Because I do feel like we with COD in general, we've had like this, I don't know, like copy of a copy situation for a while where like every story just kind of like, I don't know, builds and banks off of nostalgia of the old ones in a way. And I felt like Cold War was like that to a goddamn T in a lot of ways. And I'm hoping that with these two dead and the only connecting tissue back to the first, to the original two games being Frank Woods, who is in a wheelchair. He's not going to be out in the field. I'm hoping that means it'll be a completely new story, and there's no expectations of it being connected. You know what I mean? So I'm not against it, or at least not as much as I thought I would be. Like, in an ideal world, I would love for this game to be literally Alex Mason fucking shit up in the 30 years that he's gone. You know, like he's rogue. But, like, I'm cool with this too. You know? I don't really give a shit. Finished watching the direct. I'm very excited. Man, same. I'm trying not to be because I only get hurt this way. Like, I made a whole video about it, but man, it's hard. They're cooking, man. Pulling the Omni movement system, hyper skeptical. You know what? That should probably be a better poll. I'm gonna end this poll that we have right now. Obviously, people are hyped if they're here, right? Let me start a new poll. I want to gauge omnidirectional movement, W or L. Nope, spelled movement wrong. WL. Because that, I think, is like the biggest, I feel like it's the biggest change, like that's going to affect the entire game. Yeah, I'll start that poll. Let's see what people think. I hope this game becomes a new base like 2019 was. I want to see what Sledgehammer can do with this groundwork. Yeah, I would assume that with the COD HQ, we might finally be at a point where like each game is building off of the last, or at least like the last 2-year COD, if they do a like a half year again, kind of like what they did here. I guess we'll see. I mean, I want to play the damn thing before I say that I hope that this becomes a new base, but you know, it is looking promising for sure. Let's see. So the rest of the story, as far as it sounds like you play as a new character named Marshall, who is like Woods' protege or something. They introduced some other new characters too. I don't remember them. They basically just seem to be all parts of the team. They're putting together another team, kind of like in Cold War, where you have a safe house and you have that board that you select missions off of. They didn't confirm side missions or not, which I really thought that they would have confirmed if there were any, which is a little bit disappointing. I really like side missions in COD. They did say, though, that missions were going to have multiple different ways of like getting through it. with different like dialogue trees and stuff like that. Oh, that's loud in my ears. Thank you, lad. Appreciate it. Should have been Sims instead of the new guy. Oh, shit. Well, everyone was thinking it was Sims because we only saw the back of his head and he was wearing a baseball cap. Jaren, member for 9 months. Thank you so much. Where is Sims anyway? Yeah, I don't know. Do we even know who's alive between Park and Lazar, canonically? I mean, I would assume that they would just avoid them no matter what, so that like they don't have to confirm either. But like Sims is always alive at the end, assuming that you don't do the evil ending, right? They also didn't confirm if there were multiple endings to this either. But I also can't remember if they confirmed that with Cold War either. I don't know. But the new cast of characters supposedly are I forget the words that they used. They've had to go rogue. They've been turned on by the US military or by the US government. And are now like scrappy and scrounging around for supplies. They're on their own. Woods, Marshall, and this other team. And it seems like Adler is coming back to be kind of an antagonist, hunting them down potentially, which is cool. I like the idea of turning Adler into a villain. You know, not like actual villain, mustache twirling, but just someone who's now opposed to the main cast there. I always like when series do that shit. However, this might be a good shot of it. Yeah, I don't know who you play as though, and this is where my concern starts to come in. Because one issue I had with the MW3, the most recent campaign, was that every mission you were jumping around to a million different people and you never felt like you had a good sense of like, I am this guy. You never really connected with a specific character because you were constantly jumping around from Price to Ghost to Soap to Gaz. You were fucking everywhere. And so at first when I first like saw this, I assumed, oh, okay, you're gonna be playing as Marshall, this new guy. I think he's actually the dude on the cover. That sounds awesome. I want to connect to this guy. He's my guy, right? But like half the clips in the actual trailer, you can see you have white hands. White hands. I don't know who this white guy is that we're playing as. You know what I mean? Hold on. Oh, black hand. Oh, no, he's wearing gloves. Those were white hands under him. Fuck. I don't know who. Right, that could just be dark skin. I'm here analyzing fucking skin tones right now. But I don't think that you play as Marshall. The more that I'm looking at this, and I don't know how I feel about that. I don't want it to be another Bell situation either. Like I want an actual character that has a voice and like is part of the story. You know what I'm saying? Text print, by the way. Here, let's see. There should be an arm there who grabs Adler. I couldn't see that, actually. Hold on. Spending way too much time on this. Let's go frame by frame here. Yeah, that's a white arm. No. Wait, no, that's a jacket. He's wearing gloves. All right, whatever. Might just be a lighting issue. It could be. It could be. I can't find the exact. There was definitely a shot though where you could clearly see it was a white arm, and I was like, I don't know, because I don't want to play as Adler. I don't know if that's a hot take. I don't like the idea of going through a COD campaign playing as characters like Adler, Price, Woods, like I don't know, these like larger than life type characters, these like the commanders almost. I feel like it ruins something when you play as them, if that makes any sense. Unless it's for like one specific mission, right? The mission where Woods shoots Mason, you have to play as Woods in that. it makes sense. The mission at the end of the original MW3, where you play as Price because he's the only fucking guy still alive, that makes sense. But like in the new MW3, where you play as Price randomly on a fucking sniping mission, it's like, why are you doing that? It's somehow like it ruins the mystique almost. And that's what I don't want. I don't want to be playing through this as Adler. I was kind of getting some, is it Halo 5 vibes where you play as Locke and Master Chief swapping on and off? I kind of don't. I don't like that if you're literally playing as Adler and this other guy. Like, I don't want to play as Adler, ever. Stop it. But we'll see. Could be another custom character in the past 2 BO2 games. I feel like they would have said that, though. You know? Like, it. I mean, it's speculation, but I feel like with 25 minutes to not say, like, hey, you play as a custom character. You know? Who is the Master Chief of Black Ops? That's tough. I don't know that there is one. Because Master Chief is somehow, like, he is this god, but you play as him. Like my first instinct was to say Price. But, like, Price isn't that. Like, Price has a character. Master Chief, well, he has a character. Like, he's meant to be a self-insert, you know? He doesn't have a fucking face. So for that reason, I would say Soap. But, like, I don't know. I also love the BO4 styled UI aesthetic. I know it's a bit off topic, but come on. Dark gray with glowing orange looks so nice. Yeah, so here, let me skip around a little bit. Shout out to Harrison, by the way, who I mean a bunch of people pulled this clip out, but this is the HUD that we're looking at right now. It almost looks like BO2, I think. Yeah, even Harrison said that. To me, like the prestige icons and shit. It's probably subject to change. I feel like most Call of Duty UIs and HUDs change a ton in like the last 6 months. So I wouldn't expect to see this exactly. But I like it. It seems simpler than what we kind of have now, or rather a more simplified version of what we have right now. Not too much different though, to be honest. Not really a lot going on. That's I mean, obviously for multiplayer there. I got a lot more BO4 than BO2 for this. I don't know. It might just be I've played a lot more BO2 than BO4. I can't really like think of BO4 right now. At least like as well as intimately. You know what? This is what this show is anyway. I'm just gonna scroll through Charlie Intel's Twitter, and we're just gonna talk about everything that he's tweeted about. Or I can swap between them maybe, between a couple different feeds. Oh, you know what? Treyarch, here. I'll go straight to the source. Treyarch's been tweeting a bunch of shit out, kind of as we've gone here. So, let's start wherever the hell it starts. Yeah, here we go. Let's talk about campaign story. We already kind of did. All right, so Omni Movement, our new movement system for campaign, multiplayer, and zombies. System allows you to push beyond limits, move like action heroes. Here, I think this is it in action a little bit. This was one of those things that when it was leaked, I didn't know what it meant. Like obviously I knew what it meant, but like I didn't know what it would look like. And I'm happy to say, like, it looks pretty fucking smooth. One thing I don't think I like is, you'll see, yeah, like he fires while diving. I don't know how I feel about that. If you're able to be that accurate, I don't want to see a bunch of people just constantly diving around everywhere. I don't know that that's going to be the case, though. I think I even put it on Twitter, like, to me, a lot of the aspects of this new movement system, to me, read like blind fire or ledge hanging, where it's like, they're not really going to be used that often. What I think will be used decently often, though, is the omnidirectional sprint. The fact that you can sprint while strafing. And backwards. Although I don't know how often I mean, I wonder. I don't know how like gunfights are gonna play out, but we'll see. By the way, 100% of y'all who voted so far calling omnidirectional movement a W. So that's good. I felt like I was seeing a lot of people against it in during the leaks, the leak process at least. So I guess that's good. That hopefully after seeing it, we like it a little bit more. You know, I'm definitely warmed up on the idea for sure. I gotta feel it though. Definitely gotta feel it. Let's see. There's also, I don't know how often this is going to be used. I'm hoping that this is a good olive branch for casuals. But there is something that they were calling, let's see, intelligent movement, which I guess there's a lot of different granularity? There's different options that you can choose and like different levels to this that you can choose in terms of like auto mantle, auto slide, on auto sprint side to side. I guess to be honest, I don't fully understand it, but seemingly, I mean, you can kind of see it right here with all of the settings on. You can just push forward and traverse straight through all this shit as if you're playing like, I don't know, Dying Light or something where you just hold down the fucking parkour button. That's gonna be really interesting to see. To be honest, I don't know if it's done well, great. It's done well. As dumb of a statement as that is, but I can see it being incredibly annoying if you like accidentally latch on to stuff. If that makes sense. In the same way that like right now, you ever go to like mantle through a window and you grab the ledge above it, kind of thing? That happens in Warzone all the time. That would be my fear with that. I don't think I want to be using it, but it's great for people who do. But of course, we have to actually use the system first. I don't know how Omni is going to be. If it's going to be insanely like difficult to use properly or something like that, we'll see. Omnidirectional movement is going to be extremely hit or miss, IMO. Yeah, it's the sort of thing where I feel like we have to feel it. I'm really hoping that it felt like with the MW3 beta, I and a lot of other people were super skeptical about a ton of different aspects in the game, specifically with movement. But then the second that like I got in my hands, it just clicked. It was movement and time to kill, if I remember right. Those are like the two big like things to me. But the second I felt it, I was like, I'm in it. I'm with it. Surprisingly, they didn't say anything about time to kill here. I mean, I'm sure we'll hear about it more in the multiplayer deep dive. By the way, that is, I want to say August 29th. It's the last few days of August there. That's when they're doing COD Next. And that's when they're going to do the multiplayer reveal. I'm sure they're also going to do Warzone then as well, although that's not confirmed. And just like years prior, if I had to guess, that's going to lead straight into the open beta. So we'll be able to get our hands on this before September. They mentioned the beta. Okay, they did. Fantastic. So we thinking Mason is dead? Yeah, according to Modern Warzone, he asked about that at a creator event, and Troy confirmed that him and Hudson are officially dead in canon. So yeah, you got your next invite yet? No, but I'll try to hitchhike there maybe and see if I can just slide on in. Let's see. All right, so omnidirectional movement covered. What is this? Oh, these guys are talking about just about animations. By the way, this shot. Based on their choice. Oh, let's lower that. This shot. Love it. Dives in like straight down. It's fucking great. Anyway, animations. I mentioned it before. Animations look phenomenal. In this game, feels like a. I don't know. It feels like the same jump with Modern Warfare 2019. Although ironically, a lot of this kind of just looks like Black Ops is catching up to 2019 and surpassing it in some ways. For instance, now we have this kind of contextual lean sort of thing where they call it corner slicing, where if you slowly go around a corner, your character will kind of do that thing. We kind of see it in third person right now with in MW3 where like your character will kind of move like that. I assume that you'll be moving stationary and then you'll flip to that third person as you slowly go around a corner. But as you can see, they if you move fast enough around a corner, like that's not going to happen. Like it's a ramp sort of thing. So yeah, that's a slow move, another slow move, and then I think he does a fast one here. Yeah, and it's like barely noticeable. That's really cool to me. Like that's a really nice touch that they don't have to do, but I think it will add a lot in terms of like just the biggest thing about everything that we saw just to me screams polish. You know what I mean? Like it's that extra like 10% that just makes the game feel like it was loved. And I'm hoping to God that translates into things like game modes, like maps. We'll talk about maps in a second. They confirmed 16 total on disc, and we'll go through that. But I'm hoping that level of polish hits everything and not just animations. You know what I mean? Looks like Cold War if it was fully realized. Yeah, maybe if it wasn't a pandemic COD. It's what Cold War could have been. Real quick thing I didn't mention though with the campaign, I'm getting like zero inkling of like the manipulation aspect that most Black Ops games have, right? Where like Adler's manipulating Bell and like back in BO2, like Menendez is kind of toying with what's his name with David, and then obviously the numbers Mason, what do they mean? Like they all have some kind of like cerebral like I don't know, something to them that I wasn't getting the vibe of from this, which I don't know is a bad thing or not. I don't know, it's just something worth mentioning, I guess. Hey, what's going on, Cabbage? They seem to be communicating a lot of confidence in their presentation and sound. Looks like they have evidence. Yeah, my fear, and this is me, again, not wanting to be hurt again. I always, with these kind of events, I always look at the things that they don't talk about, though. For instance, they didn't mention any kind of side missions. Don't think that's coming back from Cold War. They didn't mention, like, who the playable character is necessarily. So I anticipate that, like, we aren't getting a specific main like playable character like Bell or whatever, right? Like we were just talking about that before. Like and so the fact that they're spending so much time talking about these animations but not so much on like how like the gameplay is different, I don't know. They mentioned at some point here, they might not have tweeted about it, but they like really quickly bring up the fact that some missions will have like unique dialogue options and like you'll want to replay each one because it's like this exact bit. Hold on, let's just play it.
Stick in your memory long after. We are bringing that action-packed block.
Let's see.
More dynamic.
Yeah, here we go.
We are giving you more variety, more dynamic moment-to-moment gameplay, and more options to finish each mission.
We can do this loud or quiet.
The game is packed with unexpected moments of Black Ops mystery.
So
it's
they mentioned
a high-octane spy thriller where you're never sure
you
who
can
to
play
trust and
missions
what's real.
multiple different
and
ways.
It's all set against the backdrop.
Hold on, there's a second bit on here. I want to see. 1 second here.
The U.S. is the only remaining superpower. The Gulf War was dominating headlines everywhere.
Maybe they don't say it here. There's a point where they say that there's multiple like dialogue options and like they even mention like you'll want to replay him for this, and that, or the other thing, you know, to see them all. I would have wanted to hear a lot more about that. But the fact that they didn't go into detail on like if there's multiple endings or this or that leads me to believe that like it's going to be pretty surface level at best, you know. I'll leave this playing maybe. And so that is the part that has me skeptical. It's always the stuff that it feels like they should be talking about right now but aren't. They didn't mention, for instance, the as they were talking about the board that comes up. Let's see if I can find it in here even. They talk about the safe house. Here's the bit actually. Hold on.
Wanted gameplay to unfold in multiple ways, giving players the freedom to navigate through them as they see fit. Where we have different combat styles, we also have conversation opportunities where you can talk, barter, and manipulate your way into different experiences. And we think you'll want to replay levels to see them all.
Yeah. And that's all they mention about it. They don't give an example of it. And a lot of me is also like, well, they did that in Cold War too, right? With that one KGB mission. So I'm a little like, okay, we're just going to be doing that again, which is cool, but I don't know. I'm expecting it to just be one mission like that, you know? Willie Woods canon. Willie Woods is canon. So I don't know. Oh, what I was saying before is later they mentioned the safe house and how you have the board again. And they didn't mention anything about loadouts. It felt like for a minute they were going to lead us into like, yeah, and you can customize your guns to take in and this and that. And they just didn't go in that direction. So instead of being like, oh, but maybe, I just have to shut that shit down and say like, no. What they're telling us is the only shit that's going to be there. You know what I mean? Also, what's going on, Matsuki? You're on a break for 10 minutes? Well, I'll make this fast. Black Ops 6 is great! I haven't played it. Some people have, though. So is the setting Gulf War? Yes. It takes place in the early 90s. It sounds like the Gulf War will be a big part of it, but it won't be like the only part of it. They mentioned a mission or two in Soviet Russia, and some in the U.S., which is cool. HUD. Okay. Let me go back through here, I think. Okay, let me catch up on chat, actually. Isn't the main character the guy with Woods, said Woods was working with? Yeah, so that's what I was getting at before. I think, like, right when the stream was starting. This guy, actually, the dude on the fucking cover, is this guy named Marshall. He's who they say is the main character. Like he's like his protege. But, as you'll notice... Wait, is this him? Or is this a different guy, actually? I didn't get a good look at his face. There's several times, though, where, like, the hands clearly don't match him. Like you can see the hands are of a white guy. And so that... I don't know who that white person is. Yeah, white dude. Like, are we playing as Adler there? Personally, I don't want to. That you know, I'm not gonna rehash the same thing again. But like, it's clear that we're not just playing as him if we are playing as him at all. Who is the secret player, man? Maybe that's the big mystery. Who knows? The guy who says quiet and loud is who I remember, which is technically a choice. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Guy named Gary, man, it'd be great if Gary Asphalt was in there. Unless they're holding a ton back, it looks like they're going with conventional spy thriller, which is fun. Was it fun? Yeah, I mean, those are the aspects of Cold War that I really liked. Let's see. Oh, my homies hate Adler. Oh, my commies. I love it. All right, let's keep going through this stuff though. Some new death animations. Let's see if they show some here. It looks cool. That's more corner slicing. Hit zones, corner slice. Oh, they don't actually fucking show any of them. Death animations look cool though. That's all. Yeah, game looks beautiful. These are all. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm like not actually framing stuff properly. If you haven't checked out like the reveal and everything, go do that. Watch that shit in 4K because it looks phenomenal. Way better than this GIF being broadcast through Twitter onto my screen, then being streamed at 1080p to you guys, right? Like you can't quite see how good this is based off of all of those, you know, levels of degeneration, right? But if you go back to the source, I promise you, it looks pretty goddamn good. Let's see. New era brings new gear and Going Rose has forced heroes to procure their tools by any means necessary. We're excited to bring several franchise first weapons to Black Ops 6, and we'll have more to share later this summer. And they did bring up, or they did show, Man, I should have like taken some time and like time stamped some stuff here. Because they did mention, oh, first of all, theater mode is back. We talked about that before. They didn't show any like real footage of it, but just like, hey, it's back. And I wanted to show a couple of like there was some new equipment, including an electric knife or something like that. Let's see if we can find it. And also a stun mine or something like that. Oh yeah, this is the safe house, by the way. Looks cool. I love the aesthetic. This is more movement. Real world references. Oh yeah, customizable HUD. This is a big one. We talked about it a little bit earlier when we were talking about zombies. Yeah, there we go. Oh, interesting. I didn't even notice what these were here. So again, HUD I think in general is usually the most subject to change. Like you see things change constantly there. But you can see here kind of all the elements. I don't like circular mini maps. That's just me. I hope that you can customize that along with the rest of the entire HUD, which you can see in it here in a second. You fully customize what is actually there, what where you put it. I assume opacity as well. So like here, the guy has the mini map down in the left corner now. You have them there and only your other shit there. And you'll see in a second, you can even put them in like the middle of your fucking screen if you wanted. I wonder if like I'm imagining right now like a challenge video or challenge stream where I make the map as big as possible and shove it directly in the middle of my screen, and I have to play the game like a top-down 2D platformer or something, or a shooter, I guess, not platformer. Like I really like when games just give you that amount of like granular customization. This is the second time today I tried using that word and failed. God damn. Kind of give me mobile game vibes. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about the circular minimap, like I mentioned. Hopefully you can make that square. And two, like, yeah, I don't know how I feel about like this down here. This also does confirm field upgrades are back, field upgrade, and then your tactical and lethal. Not that anyone I think really expected them to not be there, but you know, they're back. Let's see. Can't wait for my sub box to be flooded with best HUD layouts you need to use. Dude, it's just more and more for like exclusive Aces, like best setup or best settings video. It's just gonna get longer and longer and longer and longer with different HUD and those like fucking auto whatevers. All right, see you, Matsuki. Thanks for coming out. Have a good rest of your day at work. Let's see. People getting called out for jacking someone else's HUD. Let's see. Secret players joke. No, it's Vaughn. Vaughn comes back just to mocap or model one guy. I think I'm just gonna go through the video at this point. I think this is a better way of going through everything. We also get this first look at the gunsmith. This is the first and maybe only thing that I'm like actually scared of. You can see here, it's very blurry. Oh, actually, you know what? There's a Modern Warzone tweet that clears this up a little bit. But as you can see here, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 total spots. Total slots, rather. It does seem like your optic over here is like a separate thing, which I like. I don't know why. I like when the optic is separate. It's a good UI like marker. They deliberately blurred whatever this is. I don't know. It might even actually what that might be is a wild card, because Modern Warzone then tweeted You tweeted this. This is how the multiplayer loadouts work. This wasn't actually featured in the video. This is something that supposedly was told to content creators that they told them, I guess, that they could share it. They weren't allowed to share, however, what they thought of it, just like the facts. So, Black Ops 6, you get primary and a secondary with a melee slot, a dedicated melee slot, something that we saw back in Modern Warfare Remastered. I actually did not read that until right now. That's fucking awesome. I love that. You get a lethal and tactical. You get a field upgrade, so all the basic shit, plus a melee. Then you get 3 perks. And now I still don't fully grasp how these perks work. I'll come back to that in a second. There are wild cards, and you have 5 attachments per weapon by default. But with a wild card, you can get all 8. This doesn't necessarily... I mean, it isn't pick 10, clearly. But I assume that you can use 1 wild card, maybe. It seems kind of just like a slight evolution to Cold War. More attachments. Oh, please do. God. We have not seen how many attachments are in each slot. I really like I'd be cool with this system if they limit, with the exception of optics, if they were to just limit every attachment slot to like 5 to 7 max. I'd be so happy. But we'll see. We also don't know about shared attachments. We don't know about like weapon platforms. I doubt that's going to be a thing. We don't know any of that stuff. We'll probably learn about that either in August during COD Next or a little bit before. We'll see. My wild card is to wish for 3 more wild cards. Goddamn. The perk system though, there's something new called the perk specialty. And I'm gonna read this verbatim because I don't fully understand it. 3 categories of perks. Use 3 from same category to receive bonus. So I think what that means is they even mention it during the video. I'll see if at this point I can go find it as we go here. But they mention that there are 3 kind of types of players. There's enforcers that are there to just kill. First of all, when they said 3 types of players, I 100% thought that they were going to say Sentinel again and play into the fucking meme. But they didn't. They said there was enforcers who just like go around and kill. There was a second type that I don't actually remember now. And then there was a third that was like objective players, like people who are just throwing themselves on like the hard points and destroying like kill streaks and shit. Let me see if I can find that bit quick. They talk about prestige mode. Hooray. Everybody loves prestige mode. Not too much to talk about other than hell yeah, I'm glad it's back though. Yeah, here we go.
Move. Recon that signature Black Ops multiplayer experience. We focused on supporting 3 core playstyles for launch. Enforcers are the slayers who like to kill and stay on the move. Recon is all about intel and counter-intel play. And strategists are support players who throw their bodies at objectives for the win or focus on taking out enemy score streaks for the team.
So those are the 3. The second one that I missed out on was intel. By the way, what the fuck is this thing? I don't really like this. This reminds me of the one thing that I hate in X-Defiant. Not gonna lie. But we'll see. So it seems like... So when he mentioned that, I assumed that was something that was invisible, right? That was just a philosophy that they were following. But it seems like that's actually like something hard baked into the game. And that each of those play styles are one of these categories. And so in each perk slot, there will be one or maybe multiple perks that pertain to that specific one. So maybe that intel one, there's I don't even know. Hold on. There'd be under the enforcer category. Maybe there's a perk that is like your quick fix, so that you can stay alive longer and kill more people. And then under perk 2, the enforcer perk might be I don't know, reloading faster or some shit. I actually don't fucking know what exactly each perk could then be. But if you get all 3 that are the same, the same category, then it gives you a bonus. Kind of similar to the division system in World War II, except instead of just getting all of them, you only you can pick to go down that path and you get a bonus for it. But if you don't want to do that, you can just do whatever the fuck. I kind of like that idea. It's also kind of similar to the vests. And if I had to guess, because they even say at launch they're supporting those 3, if I had to guess, each season they're gonna like release like a ghost package or something like that, and it's just like you select these 3 perks, and the last one that you get protects you from fucking kill streaks or whatever. Like, if I had to guess, there's gonna be more of these like throughout launch, I guess is what I'm saying. Let's see. Them mentioning that multiplayer takes place directly after campaign makes it seem like we'll get a Cold War post-launch story. Oh, did they? Did they mention it was going to take place right after? I don't remember that. Do you have a timestamp for that? I'd be curious. I feel like Enforcers and all that is just for people who are in the general audience and for people not knowing anything else. He said is true. I think it's more of like what they want people to do. I've been feeling this lately. I mean, I've always felt like this in COD, but especially lately after like going to X the Final a little bit. I don't think people play the objective enough. I'm playing games like Demo, CTF, Escort, all these new fucking modes that are great. I love them, but nobody fucking likes them anymore. Or if they do, they like Demo because you can get a lot of kills in it, right? But I would love to see COD like go back into a direction of like, hey, we're really pushing objective play. I don't know. We'll see. And maybe this is how they're trying to do it. We'll see. I'll just keep going through the video maybe here. I throw myself onto objectives until take it. I call it the unlimited respawn strategy. Yeah. Win-loss over KD all the way. 19 minutes, 28 seconds. Let's see. I appreciate that, lad.
Made sure to deliver dozens of unique attachments for every gun, and this allows the players to create a weapon to match any playstyle that you can imagine, all while maintaining the feel and tone of the era.
Hold on. First of all, maintaining the feel and tone of the era. Going away the second Season 1 drops.
In Black Ops 6, we really strive for striking that balance between real and hyper-real, but we want to ground our effects in realism. We find real-world reference so that we can match that motion, the weight, the timing, then riff off of that and create that hyper-real look that everybody has.
19 minutes, 24 seconds. Wait. Did I miss it? We just passed through that. 1924.
Balance between real and hyper-real, but we want to ground our effects in realism.
Why are your timestamps different than mine? I don't know. Are you on the Call of Duty one? Is your thing 28 minutes, 45 seconds long? That's really weird. Make it so objectives can somehow go toward kill streaks. Well, they do. Right? Usually score streaks, that's how it works. Which they, by the way, they didn't said nothing about kill streaks. Like I said, like this was mostly like a campaign and global stuff. Mine is 24 minutes long, but it's the same video. Huh. Probably. Hold on, let me reload this. Maybe they finally trimmed it. Yeah, okay. Yeah, they trimmed it. All right, so 1924 then. Let's see.
To keep the action flowing, but still have meaningful decisions for the player to make. The maps have their own stories, and we have multiplayer taking place after the campaign, after you finish it. So don't want to get into too many spoilers there, but you'll experience some of those locations through the multiplayer lens.
I like that. Okay. Yeah, I hope that we get a cool Cold War style thing like that. I'd be down. Yeah, I think I just missed that bit entirely. Here, let me go back to it. But yeah, I'll talk about maps here in a second. Where actually were we? Because now of course everything's fucked up. Oh yeah, we were talking about Prestige a little bit. Prestige is back, hooray! I like it. It seems like it's gonna act the exact same way. Oh, then we talked about play styles for a bit. Maps here.
We know that they want, so we're back to.
By the way, this isn't too loud or too quiet, right? When I hit play on this thing, I mean there is subtitles just in case it's too quiet, but if it's blowing me out, let me know.
Classic 3-lane maps. We've got fast, frenetic experiences, and we have that balance with.
They look
more
so fucking good though, the
medium
maps.
size, like better for hardcore.
This map here seems to be a mall. Reminds me a lot of Mall of the Pines. There's even like a Blockbuster-esque store back there too. I don't think you can see it in the shot.
Flowing, but still have meaningful decisions for the player.
Oh shit, we're immediately right here, by the way. That's fucking hilarious, lad. Even without the time code, I could have just hit play from where I was, and it would have gotten me here.
And we have multiplayer taking.
Although what she's saying here about multiplayer taking
place
place after the campaign, and so you see things through a different lens. It'd be so cool, like, if we see Woods and Co. like completely destroy, let's say this. God damn it. Oh wait, actually, that's exactly what she's saying. I think that this is a a single player level that by the end of it you fucking destroy, and now it looks different because it's destroyed after the campaign. Map looks very open. This one does. Oh yeah, you know what? They didn't say shit about combined arms or like vehicles or anything like that either. I'm gonna assume that Ground War isn't back. That's kind of a bummer. They didn't say shit. They did mention 2v2, so I think that does kind of confirm gunfight, although they didn't say gunfight. That's interesting, but gunfight is back, so we're right. But we don't know what kind. Well, we'll see. Oh, actually, you know what? Because they specifically said strike maps. Now, let me get to that point, maybe, here.
I don't get into too many spoilers there, but you'll experience some of those locations through the multiplayer lens.
Gunfight is so underrated. I agree. It's the best thing that COD has done in the last
a lot today, but
5 or 6 years.
Giving you just one more thing.
Oh, here, we're getting into zombies now. Did I miss the part where they said 16 maps? Oh yeah, right here.
A taste of MP today, but of course that means you're going to get some early details on maps.
We're happy to announce that we will be launching with 16
all-new maps. It has been rumored, however, that Firing Range, Grind, and Nuketown would all be there. Those would, if they are there on launch, those would not be included. I think it's all but guaranteed that Nuketown will be there, though. So we'll get at least one more. Unless they're, like, really stretching the word all new. I don't know.
New MP maps. We've got 12 core 6v6 and 4 strike maps, which can be played as 6v6 or 2v2.
And they did say strike. In Cold War, strike meant that it was a big team battle map, for lack of a better term. I think they were called combined arms, but no one fucking said combined arms. Those were the big ones that were, I think, 32v32, and they had vehicles. And then they had strike versions, which were 6v6 versions. So now these strike ones are 6v6 being brought down to 2v2, instead of really big brought down to 6v6. So I think that to me confirms that there is no large-scale fucking battles, which kind of sucks. I really like those, but if they're able to upkeep the few modes that they do have, I think I would rather that than what we had in MW22 and even now in MW23, where they have a billion fucking game modes and they can only support like 2 post-launch. So we'll see. People will flip if Nuketown isn't on launch. Yeah, right? Well, a lot of the time it's like a pre-order bonus or something, right? In the past, or like a Season 1 map. I don't know. Satellite map reminds me of Countdown from COD 4. Ooh, I could see it. I like Champion Hill, so... Man, I thought Champion Hill could be a great way of, like... Like, I would love to see a combination of, like, regular gunfight in the game, but then also have a gunfight tournament, which is just Champion Hill, where, like, there's some progress to it. For those who don't know, Champion Hill was a thing just in Vanguard. I don't think you can play it anymore because there's like no one. I don't even know if the playlists are live in that game actually. But it's similar to Gunfight, but you start with a pistol, and there's stuff that you can pick up around the map, I believe, and everything that you do earns you money, earns you points, so that if you win your game, then you get transported to like a neutral ground where you can spend that money upgrading your weapons, buying new weapons. I think you can buy perks, and then you face off against like the winner of the previous round as well. So like it was a ladder system where like you went through like 3 or 4 rounds to the end. I love that idea. I prefer regular Gunfight, but I think like regular Gunfight but with like a combo of that as like your competitive side of it, I think that would work so fucking well. I'd love for them to bring that back. Firing range still isn't in Cold War. Oh, is it not? I guess no, it was Black Ops 4 they brought it back. Interesting. I'd rather have more big team modes, but also agree that they have to just limit the amount of game modes they have. Yeah. Like in an ideal world, Call of Duty is multiplayer Warzone, campaign, zombies, big team battles, gunfight, spec ops, and raids. And also a parkour mode, right? But that's 9 fucking things that they have to juggle. So, like, if they gotta cut some of those, I would rather, I think, them cut a lot of those, like, secondary or tertiary ones so that they can actually properly support the ones that they do. That said, though, I am a little bit disappointed that, like, we'll see how it goes. But, like, I kind of want to see some new modes. I want to see something new. And I'm hoping that there's some new game modes within multiplayer that kind of scratch some new itches, if that makes sense. God, there's going to be no way I'll be able to find it now. But I actually didn't see anyone tweet about this. So maybe after I get through this whole video, I'll go back and search for it. But there is a shot where you're watching someone. It's on their computer monitor. They're playing. And the game mode pops up at the beginning of the game, and it says the word intercept. To my knowledge, that is not a game mode that we know of, right? That is something new. I don't know what intercept could be necessarily, but it does at least show that there are going to be some new game modes, and that they're kind of teasing it now. We'll see, I think, definitely on or during COD Next in August, though. The playlist is gone. Dang. Nuketown has only been a launch map once in BO1. It was only a... Wait, it wasn't in... In Cold War, was it post-launch, too? Didn't hate Champion Hill solo... But solo Vanguard player tragedy. Everyone knew it was... Yeah. Yeah, no one really wanted to play Vanguard, to be fair. I'm okay with them cutting parkour and gunfight. Helljumper, thank you so much for being a member for a full year. Hell yeah, man. Thank you so much. What 3 guns would you force them to bring back? Ooh, Galil. Galil's my number 1. I'm just going Black Ops series here. I want to see the Galil back. Loved that fucking thing. Shoot. This is a zombies weapon, but I want to see the Zeus cannon back. The Thunder gun. Love that thing. 1911. M1911. You can't have a COD game without that. China Lake for the lols. Jesus. All right. We're going to prop hunt. I hope. G11's good. We haven't seen a gun like G11, like the G11 in so long, man. I just want to see unique guns again. And I'm hoping that Treyarch does that, because Cold War actually did have a decent amount of unique weapons, especially seeing them now have a specific melee slot. For one, that's going to make me want to buy melee weapons. That just is. Thank you, Treyarch. I will now spend money in your game. But 2, like it shows that like they're trying to mix things up a little bit, which is good, I think. Let's take a look at these multiplayer maps. This one we saw a ton in gameplay. Seems to be just like a derailed train. This one looks fucking beautiful. I don't know if it's the same map or not. I mean, there are train tracks. If like they go into a cave or something. Same thing. Reminds me of 2019. A lot of this stuff, genuinely. Like that last shot looked like something straight out of Gun Runner. Again, that mall map. I thought we saw a lot more maps before. All right, let's get into zombies. I talked about zombies like at the very, very start here, so I'm not going to like go super into it. But there's 2 maps at launch. We see one of them here. It's the island map. They also confirmed there is a specific crew. This looks fucking... I mean, I'm sure this is a trap or something, right? This looks fucking rad as hell. But yeah, we have a crew. This is our crew. And they did confirm that this absolutely is an actual crew. That you can either go in using this crew or bring your operators in. The advantage to having this crew, though, is that they will have unique voice lines for zombies and for that map that will drive the story forward. They also... I'm going to come over here to some leaks. This is from Margwa Network. Let's see. Yeah. He actually also says, oh, you know what? Let me just stay on Treyarch's page because I think they also confirmed the same shit. Yeah, Round Base is back in BO6. Dark Aether storyline picks up right where we left off in Cold War with a dedicated crew and 2 brand new maps available at launch: Liberty Falls and Terminus. I believe this is Terminus from everything that we know from the leaks. Liberty Falls seems to be like a daytime, like small, I think West Virginian town, whereas Terminus is kind of this island, almost like Mob of the Dead vibes. When like we like fully, pull out here. I love it. The vibes are fucking great. Treyarch also just says the rumors were true, which I love when they like actually acknowledge that shit. Gobblegums are back, and they can be earned in game. The pre-order bonus or the Vault Edition comes with some kind of Gobblegum something. So it seems like you'll also be able to purchase them in some way. Just throwing that out there. But you can earn them in game. More details to come. The legacy of zombies is incredibly important to us, so we can't wait to share more zombie-specific features later this year. I don't know how much we'll actually get. To be honest, zombies is one of those things that I've always loved when they don't say anything. Like, to me, like, busting into Black Ops 1 and Black Ops 2, like, on day 1, and knowing almost nothing, just being like, I know that there's a zombies map. And discovering everything for the first time, like, that was really, really fucking fun to me. So, like, honestly, if this is all the info we get, I'm good. You know what I mean? I'd like to see a little bit more, but, like, I'm buying it, I'm playing it no matter what, right? So that's really it that we got for zombies. I'll play the video, though, because the video usually has a little bit more. I mean, definitely has more in terms of, like, gameplay. You're actually seeing shit. Yeah, this is the actual... God damn it, I was really hoping I could freeze frame in a good spot. It definitely reminds me of Mob of the Dead, like a ton. Like there was even cells or something back there. Yeah, this is giving me some Alcatraz vibes. Terminus new Warzone map, that would be dope. Yeah, man, that'd be great. A new Resurgence map. Unless you go for a blackout, you'll never get that experience again. Like, you refuse to look at anything Black Ops related. Yeah, and that's just not that's just not feasible, especially like in the line of work that I'm in. I can't, but it'd be fantastic if that was able to be the case. It already looks promising. The only challenge is dealing with the hype cycle trauma we all share. Yeah, it's all us being like, I don't want to get hurt again. That's all. I don't know if they say anything else really.
Zombies. Be on the lookout for more.
Make sure to mark your calendars for our
here we go.
Player reveal event at Call of Duty Next on August 28th.
August 28th, mark your calendars. This is a more multiplayer gameplay, it seems like. I would assume that these are like, this is what we're going to be playing. Maps look, again, like, they look really cool. They remind me so much of 2019. It's fantastic. I am hoping, like, I hope for this every time. But I'm hoping that, like, this combines all the great shit of 2019 with all the great shit of Cold War into a great, good shit baby. That's what I want. We'll see how it goes, though. Can't disappoint expectations if you never had any to begin with. Hey, you know what? I've already failed. I've lost. I'm really sorry. Yeah, and then open beta this fall, which if I had to guess is going to be a... here, we see a kill streak right there. And then they're saying, you know, live seasons. It's going to be live seasons. Oh, here we go. This was something that I just saw before going live. I think someone tweeted. A leak that you would be able to, in multiplayer, grab an opponent and use them as a meat shield in the same way that you could in the Cold War campaign. And it seems like they even confirm it right here. Like... Let's see. I don't know that this is ever going to be fucking used, but 1 second. Yeah, he just grabs this guy, and this is a multiplayer map. Like, we've seen this exact setup 18 million times here. Can I slow this down? Yes, I can. He grabs him. Yeah, I don't know if this is a dead body or not, or like it I don't know how the fuck... I guess he just has to sneak up on him. Like an execution. Like, I wonder what the hell that's going to look like. I don't know. All right, let's flip this back. Whoops, that's quality. This is also my dream. A good baby made of shit. It's perfect. Hoping getting grabbed like this is an insta kill. I won't need to wait to be killed. Yeah, I wonder, because like I feel like you'll get people being grabbed and then they back out, like when you get assassinated. But also, like, you could see it as like waiting to be killed, or you could be saved, right? Like, if someone grabs you and then they get in a gunfight with someone and they lose that gunfight, you just get dropped. Right? Like it's an extra little, like, it's like an execution, except you can make it out, you know? Went from panic knifing to panic hostage taking. Oh, man. I hope they bring back VIP. That could be a fun wrinkle to VIP mode if you could, like, take them hostage. Like, literally. And here it looks like they're just, like, doing shit again. By the way, this movement that they keep showing this off. This has been in the game for the last 2 years, by the way. The like going around like that. I think at least. This hasn't been. That looks cool as shit. Like the diving feet first like that, or sliding feet first. Yeah, this shit looks cool as fuck. Let's see. But not on your back. Really? I really thought that it was in there. I might be mistaken. I might be mixing it up with a different game then. You absolutely could be correct. Just diving into that fucking thing. I'm hoping that the campaign's good. You know, I don't know that we'll get much more info campaign-wise. I feel like that's what this entire thing was, and that's good. We'll hear about the multiplayer now in August 28th. That'll be COD next. And then assuming that it follows every other modern COD reveal, we'll get the beta immediately after that. And so we'll be able to play it for like 2 weeks. And then the actual release toward the end of October. What the fuck is happening there? I think this is a campaign scripted segment. Yeah. This looks cool, though. Battlefield 5 had that time movement. Maybe I'm thinking of that or Rainbow Six. I don't know what this is all about. This, here. I should really have just been playing this whole thing at a quarter speed. October 25th. Mark your calendars. That's when the actual game comes out. And again, the campaign will probably be out for a week prior. if that PlayStation listing has anything to say with anything. Yeah, don't know what the fuck this is all about. It looks like some kind of dream sequence. Maybe it has something to do with even Nuketown. I mean, it is a mannequin after all. Cool. What else is this? Oh, it's just a bunch of black screen at the end. What the hell? They didn't trim that part off. It's a nice long slide, yeah. Casino heist mission looks really fun. No clue how it'll tie into the story, but I'm all for it. Yeah, to be honest, like, and I kind of like that I don't know where the story is headed. The only thing I know for sure is that Woods survives. And I kind of like that. You know, with Cold War, like, there really weren't a ton of stakes, it felt like. Because, I don't know, even though they were like, Perseus can detonate these bombs in fucking Europe. It's like, yeah, but, like, we've lived through this. We don't. We know that they don't. And also, like, 3/4 of the main cast we know survive until 86 or whatever. So, clearly they aren't going to die. This... Again, like I was saying earlier, with the exception of Woods, these are all completely new, like characters in a new story, right? Adler, of course, is there, but Adler was kind of tacked on to the Black Ops crew, you know, for a while. And I kind of am looking forward to a brand new story, like something that starts here, now. Also, the 90s. I was born in the 90s. You might see a tiny me running around. That'd be great. I love that. Treyarch, put me in as a baby. Put me as a little baby Easter egg. Gary Aswalt running around. Hit me up. Anyway. That was Adler's head on the robot thing. Oh, shit. Okay. I missed that, apparently. They also said that Adler, prior to this, was missing for a few months. And just kind of, like, dropped that randomly. If I had to guess, Adler's got some fucky shit going on. Man, you're old. I'm not that old. Let's see. First mission you play as Mason, and the mission ends with Mason dying. They should go bold. I do wonder, like, if they're going to, like, how they're going to explain how Woods is in the wheelchair. Like, let me see if this, let me see. Does this trailer show it, or was it just like the version of the trailer they showed at the showcase? Yeah, I think it was only the version at the showcase. During the Microsoft press conference, they opened it with a trailer that's very similar to this, but not quite. That had a couple shots of Menendez in that mission where he has Mason killed and blows off Woods' legs. Like Menendez is in it for like a minute. And so prior to the rest of the trailer going, I was kind of like, oh shit, wait, are they doing some shit with Menendez? I don't think that they're going to, based off of the rest of what we saw, but I do wonder how they're going to explain for people who weren't around and playing this game 12 years ago, how the fuck Woods is now in a wheelchair. You know what I mean? The only way to give a prequel stakes is to have a separate group of characters in the same universe like Halo Reach. Yeah, I think so. And also, like, while the threat should be, like, global in some sense, like, I like that the stakes are more personal to them, right? The stakes are they discovered something about the government, and they are now gone... They have been... like classified as enemies of the state and have gone rogue, and it seems to be less about like, holy shit, the Russians are gonna kill everyone, and more like, holy shit, we might die, you know? And I think that makes it I don't know, we don't know if they're alive or dead, right? Adds things up. Mason in a bingo hall having flashbacks. The numbers, oh god. I enjoyed the Cold War multiplayer story, but I keep having this what if multiplayer was can to the lie ending, just a bunch of level buildings, like how World War II zombies is can to Axis winning. Oh, I didn't actually know that last part. That was canon to the war mode ending. Yeah, I liked Cold War's story, the Cold War multiplayer story, after it ended, and like actually watching all the cutscenes, I was at the time I wasn't really a fan of it. I really wasn't keeping up with it, but watching it after the fact, I was super into it. I just didn't like the dialogue. I'm hoping. I mentioned earlier a couple of things I didn't like about the Cold War campaign. One big one for me was the dialogue. I fucking hated how cheesy it was, but not in a self-aware way, it felt like. In this, I'm hoping that if it is cheesy, they are aware it's fucking cheesy, or that it's just not fucking as cheesy as it is, you know? Like, there's some cheese in the original Black Ops, for sure. Hudson being like, where? In Cuba. And then he puts the fucking sunglasses on and the guitar riffs in the back. Like, that's cheesy as fuck. That's corny as hell. But, like, in Cold War, they just ramped that up to a level that it was just unbearable to me. And I hope that they dial that back or do it in such a way that it feels self-aware. I don't know. We'll see, though. They should just put psychedelic level in every Black Ops as an excuse to make 2 really weird MP maps. I mean, I'm down. Make a remake of Infected or Infection. Black Ops 3 with the with Carentan on the wall. And BO4. Oh wait, no. Actually, it might have been BO3 again. They had like the tiny that you played as like ants on a picnic table. That was fun. Unbearable Zoomer writing. Yeah. I don't know if it's Zoomers writing. I think it's Boomers writing for Zoomers, if that makes sense. Like that's what it feels like. I want to go back and look at anything to do with the writing of Cold War. I see David Gover is still in the credits, but I can't tell his involvement at a glance. Yeah, do we know if he is involved with this at all? Millennials? Yeah, I mean... Not literal boomers. Like, literal boomers are, like, fucking 70 right now. They aren't working on this, but yeah, older millennials, you know. People in, like, 40s. In their 40s, disconnected, trying to, like, work in Ohio or some shit. Fucking skibbity Biden, am I right? You know? Like, that kind of shit. I fucking hate that. Skip the entire millennial generation. Well, I also skip Gen X. It goes Boomer, Gen X, Millennial, Gen Z, then Alpha. Then I think now technically we pulled another one, right? Aren't people being born now something else now? Like Alphas are already all born. I don't fully know. I really want a Deep Program remake. It's just a bunch of BO6 maps thrown together. That'd be cool. So that's credit for the series on Wikipedia is for Cold War, but we're still far from release. Yeah, I guess. So yeah, there's no way really to know. We are on Gen Alpha? Okay. Not to be that dude, but I can't stand how Gen Alpha speaks. So I'm 28 years old. And I don't say that to be like, I'm so much older than Gen Alpha. Like, I'm 28 years old. Gen Alpha at oldest is like 15? It might even be lower than that. I don't talk to anyone who is under 15. So I don't know how Gen Alpha actually talks. My entire like exposure to that generation is through fucking TikToks. And there, I completely agree with you. I don't fucking understand what the fuck they're saying half the time. But if I had to guess, that is not how the average normal human fucking person talks. That'd be my guess. It's like 10. Oh, is it only 10? Shit. Although Gen Alpha is ending this year. Okay, that's what I was reading then. Okay. I was reading. Look at me, I know how to read, Mom. The kids will always be annoying and the adults will always be not understanding that they used to be annoying. Yeah, I mean, it's a constant in the world. I don't know. I do feel like at least millennials and I guess even Gen Z as like Gen Z grows up. And this might be my bias because I'm like right in between the two of them. I feel like they're a little bit more self-aware I think, because like the internet exists and like we can see each other. but I don't, I don't know. What's your favorite faction to play as in X Defiant? I like the healers. I think that's Far Cry. I haven't played in a little bit though. I haven't played too much of anything. According to a very quick Google search and top results, 2010 is when Gen Alpha started. Okay. When was Millennial? I've always heard Millennial was 95, which was the exact year that I was born. So, I'm sorry, Gen Z. Like what the line between Millennial and Gen Z is. I feel like it depends on like what fucking article you find. Yeah, but you got to remember you were saying wrecked and scrub like they're saying skibbity. For sure. Yeah, oh no, I don't I feel like though when I was that age too, I also was off put by people just like saying slang terms, like with no connecting tissue in the sentence. Like if I saw someone who was my own age being like, I'm beasting these. I'm such a beast. I'm poning these noobs. Like that was cringe back then too, for me at least. Like even though like people were saying like even though in isolation I would use one or two of those words, it's when they're like all shoved together that it's always just like, what the fuck are you doing, man? I don't know. Wrecked is kind of staying, though, I feel like. Yeah. Scrub is going away. For Gen Z, I've heard 97, 96, 95. Yeah, somewhere in there. At least we weren't using made of nonsense, like we're having a Tourette's attack. Well, like, what is scrub, though? Like, where the fuck did that come from? Or beast? Or, pone. Pone is a fucking typo, Yeah, get wrecked, mate. Riz will stay. I feel like I've already stopped hearing Riz. What the fuck is this stream? I'm sorry, y'all. Black Ops 6 is really fucking cool. It's gonna be a long ass wait until the end of August. That's 2.5 months or so, a little bit more than that actually. We have a full season. I think it's a full season of MW3 that has to happen before COD Next. I'm super excited. I can't wait. And I know that is a problem. I know I shouldn't be, because every time I am let down, but it's better to have loved and lost than to have never loved at all. This has been the end of my character arc when it comes to getting hyped for fucking Black Ops 6, man. Mistakes were made in this chat, that for sure. Also, why aren't we getting Haunting in MW3? Wait, we aren't getting Haunting? Oh, probably because there's no... Honestly, I'm cool. I'm cool without a Haunting in MW3. Like, we already have all the other skins. It's all usually just skins anyway. I wonder, though, if this does mean that MW3 won't have 6 full seasons, though. I'd have to look at that math. Does it line up properly? I can't, because I feel like in MW22, the seasons, like the final season already was cut short, right? Like it didn't get a reloaded season. So if this now is like being moved up 2 weeks, I wonder if the final season will just be a little bit long. Yes, there are 6 seasons. Is that confirmed? Because my theory is the reason that season 3 was so full of content is because they knew that they wouldn't have a 6th season, so they took what was going to be there and just scooted it up, But I don't know. I mean, I guess we'll see. Shamrock and All returns. Oh, man, I'd love Shamrock and All. When the fuck... When even is that? Did it already pass this year? When is Leprechaun Day? What is it called? St. Patty's Day. Yeah, March. It already passed. So Black Ops 6 maybe. We'll see. We'll see, though. All right. That's about where I'll end it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm gonna hope. I don't know what my next video is gonna be. I have like 8 different videos that I want to make. I was waiting until after this event though, because I wanted to see if there was anything that like I wanted to make a video on. Like I'll think about it a little bit more. To be honest, I don't know what video I would make that isn't just like covering the stuff like everyone does, you know? So what I might do is I might just like go right back into regular ass content. I got an idea for some Black Ops videos that I'll probably end up doing. And yeah, and I guess we'll see where everything goes. Yeah, this season. Oh, okay. It's been confirmed with the Prestige camos. Cool. I love some good seasonal events like Haunting on St. Paddy's Day for anti-Irish racism. All right. I would love to see those seasonal ones come back. Days of Summer is always fun too. Should have made 50 videos already about BO6 news, half of which is just speculation. Just to shotgun blast the recommendation page. You know what? Damn, I really should have. You know, I can just re-upload this exact stream 17 times, maybe. Think that's a good idea? Anyway. I'll think about a BO6 reveal video like this. We'll see if I have anything actually worth saying. But yeah. That's it for today. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will be back at some point this week. I have a couple of stream ideas I want to get through. Specifically in Black Ops games. Now that the reveals happened here, I want to hit some Black Ops stuff. I'm thinking maybe I'll come back on Wednesday. If that's cool with y'all. I'll be back on Wednesday to stream a little bit. I might do a zombies challenge. That's what I'm thinking. I have a very specific zombies-based thing in mind. Or I could do I have another idea in the Cold War campaign, but I think it's going to be a little bit longer of a stream. So maybe I want to wait until the weekend for that. We'll see though. We'll kind of figure it out. But keep an eye on my Discord. That's where I'll announce when I'm going live next, as well as my community page. And then yeah, we'll see about videos here. We should have a new video in another week or so. Whatever the hell that video may be. Yeah. Again, thank you guys so much for watching. This was a fun stream. I enjoyed myself. I'm hoping Black Ops 6 is fantastic, and hope you guys are excited too. That's it. That's all. Bye, everyone.